Cuba, a country filled with a beautiful landscape of tropical flora, enchanting wildlife, and the crystal clear waters that surround the island. This island, once a symbol to tradition and prosperity, what was the landing point of Christopher Columbus when he sailed the seas to find a route to India, is now an isolated landmark that shows exactly what the scourge of a dictator can bring to a society. In the year of 1959, on the 16th of February, Fidel Castro took Cuba by force and committed such deeds of treason to the country's culture and independence that can only be described by Cuba natives themselves. We sat down with Blanca Shear and Alex Rosello, who moved from Cuba to America during Fidel Castro's reign in Cuba. Here's what they had to say.
Wait, no, listen.
Do you put a petition in that I want to leave Cuba?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You put a petition. We waited for 3 years.
3 years.
3 years. Because my parents did it on 63. So,
No.
63 and
Took
60.
5 years. It's
5
like
years.
68.
68,
We left in
right.
July
68,
68.
right. So 5 years we waited. So anyways, they come in, he comes in and asks for him. And I say, yeah, he's here. And I'm kind of scared. I said, like saying, what is he? Because he just came out of hospital. What do you? And I said, what do you want with him? I say like that to him. So what do you want with him? And he goes, well, we're coming to do the inventory.
Inventory.
You know what inventory means?
No.
Comes into the house. Everybody has to be present. Everything that belongs in the house, except for your little things that you're going to wear to go,
Belongs to the government.
belongs to the government.
Like all your measuring spoons.
Measuring.
Well, if you had it,
Oh.
but yeah, they
Pots,
did
pans, everything.
Everything.
Except for what clothes you're wearing on your back.
And your body.
On your body. What are you gonna wear? Because they give you what, 24 hours notice or less?
No, they closed up the day.
That day. Okay.
That
That
day?
day.
So when they do
But
inventory,
my
they
father,
take you out of the
remember,
house.
my father wasn't there. So my
He
mother,
was getting the cake for your party.
which was about an hour away from our house. Almost an hour.
So your mom
because of
freaking
the
out?
traffic.
Yeah.
My mother said, Blanca, come here. Help me do coffee for this gentleman. So she brought the guy all the way to the dining room, set him there. I went into the kitchen with her, making coffee. And she goes, go back there and go get Papi. Call him on the phone and tell him to come here like now.
Yeah.
So I'm running to the corner to get that phone, you know, the public phone, call my uncle. And because I was a jokester, they didn't believe me. So I had to swear, like, please, I'm telling the truth this time. If your father's going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. So finally, my father, there's a different story. My father tell you a story how hard it was for him to take a cab to come to where, you know, with, but he came, he finally got there before the guy decided to leave.
Because if the guy left, you'd be waiting for who knows how
And my
long.
mother's so good talking to the guy and talking, you know, she was very smooth talker. She was smooth with the guy, blah, 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 start talking. And meanwhile, this is going on, and I already came back from there. I went and called in my way back, I said to Lisa, they're doing the inventory, get in the back of my thing, and I'll throw everything to you. So she...
No, wait. If everybody has to be present, didn't they wonder where you were?
No.
So you in your back room, in your bedroom?
They're taking care of the other kids.
Yeah, keep them busy with the other ones.
Keep people busy with the other kids.
What if they had caught you?
Oh, we would have been, oh, my mother knew what I was doing. My mother would kill me.
Oh, she didn't know your mom had no clue?
If I do that, if they catch us, they say,
They wouldn't
okay,
let you go
sorry,
out.
we're not taking you today. And
Our house got broken into, and my parents didn't call the police because they knew if they did, they says, "Oh, you can't leave the country until we solve the crime."
So at 15, you already had enough of a rebellious spirit to go, you're not getting all my stuff. You're going to get my
15, no. Since I was 13.
You're 13.
I'll tell you a story why. With the 13, since I was 13, I realized what was going on. Really.
Oh.
But anyways, my Luisa came out. So I'm throwing everything through the window out. That's everything I was there. These suckers are not going to get this. At least you did it. You know.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it.
The whole thing was empty. The whole thing was empty.
Well, wait, wait. Did the government say, wait a minute,
No.
where's all your stuff?
What government? You know what I was giving her? Mended. There was nothing new there.
Yeah.
There was nothing new. I was giving her mended socks. The only thing that was there good was my bathing suit.
Yeah.
Was still good, and it was used.
Yeah.
So everything was mended.
No, but I think she's
There's
questioning
nothing-
why didn't the government or the
What are they gonna say?
inventory question? Why is your closet all empty?
It was only my clothes, no.
I know,
Margarita and Anicia.
Oh, you had.
I
shared
only had
closet?
what I got, and
You
you
had
know, I
shared
had a little
closet?
suitcase.
Shared closet.
Can I tell you this? The clothes that we wore in to come to the United States were made 2 days before we came to the United States.
You're kidding.
We didn't have nothing to wear.
You didn't make your own clothes?
No, my father had a friend that sewed, the wife sewed, seamstress, and she sewed us 3 dresses for us. And they got the shirts for the guys.
But you couldn't even take a suitcase with underwear in it.
No.
Wow.
You can only get 50 pounds, I think. It was 50 pounds that you can get.
For the whole family? For
the whole family. 50 pounds for 7 people.
Dang.
No, 7, yeah. 5 and 7.
Well, you fly now. What is that now? 2 suitcases?
Yeah, about 2 suitcases.
But remember, it's 50 pounds. Carry on. You're coming back for it. You're coming back for your house. We're not coming back.
Oh, wow. Yeah. How did your mom and dad feel about leaving their house? I mean, this is a house.
Well, no, they were we were all free. We were know that we were going to be free. We didn't care about the part. The only sad part was when we stopped in Matanzas with my grandmother. That's my mother's mother, and we had to say goodbye.
Oh.
We don't know we're going to see her again. I never saw her again. She died. I never saw her again. My grandmother. Oh. My mother went, but I didn't see her.
Mommy went what year?
1970. No.
I was in college.
It was 1970, well, maybe 80 something. Because
I thought I was in college. I thought it was 82.
No, it wasn't. No, because I moved from that house in 1981, and she went there in 1979 or 1979.
Was I in high school?
Yeah, no. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, she went. She went with 2 suitcases, and the 2 suitcases she left her there.
Yeah. So you flew to Rochester, and
we flew to Miami.
First.
Went through immigration there, in Miami. I don't remember that. And then we stayed with my.
Uncle Oscar for 3 days only,
which is my dad, my mom's brother.
Right.
But he kept us only for 3 days because he wasn't our sponsor. But we were there temporarily until we flew out of Miami to Rochester. Tell him about See, I don't remember that part with all the food that he spread out.
Oh yeah, because it was me and Juanita that went with him.
Oh, okay.
He took us when we came in. He took me and my brother. Come with me. We're going to the grocery store. And of course, I'm used to making a big line now to get a piece of
because Mommy used to send you to the lines.
Because she had the little ones that she had to take care of. Mm-hmm. So I used to make these big lines to get just 1 chicken for 7 people. Or whatever. Eggs was the only thing that you can get all the time. Eggs. A dozen of eggs for $1. 1 pesos.
These are cheap, yeah.
1 pesos. Okay, and that was the only thing that you can get every day. That's why we were up to eggs up to here. And I still like them, by the way. Okay, but up to here with eggs. Okay, but anyways, what was I saying?
Back on the grocery store.
Oh yeah, Tio goes, come on, you and Juanin, come with the 2 oldest ones, me and my older brother.
Yeah, because Juanin's a year and a half younger than you?
2 years.
2 years.
And so when we went to the grocery, we see the doors open up, and the first thing you see is produce. I said, oh my God, I haven't seen this for so long. Because I remember in my house, we always had this fruit basket. This is before Castro. Fruit basket, we always had all kinds of fruits in that basket for us to eat if we want to. We had food in the table. We had family gathering with food all over the place, spread out all the time. All that is gone. We don't have nothing like that no more.
Oh my.
Nothing.
And it's still that way now.
Oh, it's worse now. It's worse.
Remember what Mommy always used to say about Castro? She said about a watermelon.
She says that he taught that the only good thing that he did for her was
to teach her
how to like watermelon, but she never liked it.
Because one summer it was the only thing you could get as a fruit. Okay, I'll get it. You know, it's in the booklet. Let me get it.
Right.
And I can't even imagine living like that.
Yeah.
So you remember it being this great, plentiful, beautiful place, and then you remember.
And then I was going to tell you about this part, the part about the rebellious. 14 years old.
Okay.
In a classroom. Remember, not in the street, not in a park, in a classroom. And here comes 2 militians, and of course we all had to, like soldiers, stand up, salute, whatever.
Fidel Castro?
Set up, no Fidel Castro, but believe me, it was up to them, click the heels, and it's almost that, but not that. But yeah, salute, president or whatever, So they both come in, they talk to the teacher. Everybody sit down. Those people that are leaving the country, raise your hands. Now this is legal now, okay?
Okay.
Raise your hands. So, me, 13 years old, I didn't think I would.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
And then after I did this, I went, oh, what did I do this for? And then when I go like this down, and I look back, they were, oh no, they say, okay, those that are leaving the country, stay on your seat. The ones that are not leaving the country, follow us. Make a line and follow us. And I'm going, oh my God. And when I go back, they say, 2 more people were behind me. It's okay, I'm all alone here.
Yeah.
But I was scared.
I would be scared.
I was very scared. Here comes 2 guys, sat right there with me. Why are you leaving the country? My mom and dad are leaving. But don't you know that we can give you everything? You can stay here if you want.
Without your parents?
Mm-hmm. We can take you to Russia. You can learn Russia. We can give you all the books you want, all the books you need, all the education you want.
Did anybody take them up on that?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I say to them, my mom and dad used to do that too before you guys got here.
What did they say?
That lady, that girl over there needs to go to the principal.
Oh my. What happened to you when you went to the principal?
They call my mom.
Congratulations.
They call my mom, and of course I knew that I shouldn't have opened my mouth, but I was angry because what are these people doing to me? Why are they pressuring?
Right.
I hate pressure.
I do too.
I'm 59 years old now, and I hate somebody.
You bark back.
I can't have somebody in my back.
Yeah.
Going, I just go.
Yeah, you bark back.
Yeah, I bark.
I mean, you might not yell back, but you kind of bark back by
It's like-
saying that statement.
Right, you know, and I was nervous, pressure, and everything, and I'm 13, loose mouth, you know, you don't think,
Teenager.
you know, so, you know, and I say, yeah, well, my parents used to give me books and everything before you guys got here, and I said, yeah, so I went to the principal, sat down, they couldn't even say a word, no excuses now, you sit there and wait until your parents get here.
Oh no.
Here comes mommy,
Oh no.
goes inside with the principal, blah, 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 I don't know what she said to her, but I know my mother was pale white when she came out of that room. Walked out with her. We are almost 2 blocks away from the school, and she says, "Muchachita." My mother never screamed. My father is a screamer.
Yeah, yeah.
My mother was very soft. Muchachita, meaning like little girl.
Little girl.
Yeah, muchachita, you're crazy. You cannot do this to us. We can lose our you know,
Place.
our place to go to United
Leave the
States,
country.
leave the country. You can put your father in jail.
Oh,
da, 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 da,
gosh.
da, 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 da. And her tears are coming out when she's saying,
Oh,
you know.
you felt awful.
And I said, Mommy, I'm sorry, but they were pressuring me. Mommy said, just take it, da 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 da, da 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 da. I mean, she was like a nervous wreck. A nervous wreck. All right? My mother I never saw my mother cry in her life. I was only 13 and a half or 14 years old when they called my father to the camp.
Had to do sugar
It's like
cane.
it's almost like I don't want to compare to like concentration camp.
No.
Because
But it was
concentration
harvesting
camp-
sugar cane for
because
free.
concentration
Volunteer.
camp is, concentration.
Yeah, it was volunteering.
Yeah.
to give money to the government.
Well, you were volunteering. They did it with people who were leaving the country or people that were giving them
They
problems.
were punishing
You
them.
just you volunteered to harvest sugar cane.
Right, but if you don't
Yeah.
volunteer, you're in trouble.
You go to
Did
jail.
he have to volunteer because of what you did at school?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because you were
No,
leaving
no.
the country.
Because he was leaving the country.
Now, when he had to volunteer, like work like one day doing sugar cane, or
No.
You wish.
No, they were there until whatever they wanted.
Usually
what
the
made
harvest
him,
season.
What saved him was that he went to the hospital, and he had to a leeway to go back to the hospital.
And
But
then
he
let
was
him
there
go.
a whole month. But the day that he went, that they took him out of the house, and like I said, I don't want to compare it to concentration camp because it's concentration camp, and that is.
different.
No, nothing.
But
But
it's
the
out of your will. Let's put it that
But the
way.
fact that they come and get you and say, "This is what you're doing now,"
Right.
that's
Well,
scary.
that's another thing I learned too. The volunteer and the volunteer word. I thought volunteer means you volunteer, don't you?
Right? Yeah.
No,
This
you
is
were
not-
volunteering.
You were volunteered. It's a big
Volunteer.
difference. Yeah, it's
No,
mandatory.
did he send a telegram to mommy?
Yeah. But the first time when they took him to the house, I saw my poor mother face down into her bed, crying like a baby. That pisses me off. I mean, I never saw that.
No, but
in my
did
life.
Papi say
And I
this?
got angry. The more, that's when the hate came in.
Right.
I got angry because, and then after that, him being sick too, and I was angry, like, what the heck? What is they doing to
No,
my,
but Papi told
my family?
Papi told the story that he sent a telegram because I thought mommy was mad at him because when he got back, says, "Why didn't you send me a telegram? Where were you? Where were you?" And he says, "I
because
did," but he's the one who signed for the telegram.
Yeah.
Oh.
They held it for a month.
Hold it for a whole
No, so she didn't even know.
She didn't even know where he was because she said, "Send me a telegram. Let me know where
and
you
during
go."
that time,
And he said
my
when he
That's
got
a
there, he
fear
said,
tactic of their,
Yeah.
to keep everybody
Yes,
under thumb.
Exactly. So during that time, my father was already PhD in commercial science. He couldn't even work because they don't want him. You're not communist, Joe, so you cannot work. And you live in the country. You are a traitor. Gusano, that's what they used to call us, which was a parasite.
No,
parasite or worm, right? Worm? Like
gusano means, word for word, it means caterpillar, but it's like saying the word worm.
Worm,
To somebody, you're a worm.
Right,
because now they call us, when you go visit, when Cuban exiles go visit Cuba now, they call them mariposas.
Mariposas,
butterflies. Because we bring gifts. So we've converted from caterpillars to butterflies.
But anyway, it was a demeanor. It was a word that was used. Demeaning. It was to put you down. Okay, and but anyways, that's when I was hateful, and I started being hate. And during that month, and my mother didn't know where my father was, because my father was selling little fishes, making aquarium. He's very smart. He's always trying to survive.
Yeah.
And he was doing all this to survive and to
But he had all that education and couldn't even use it.
No. But he did all this to survive, to bring money into the house, and to be able to do a lot of contraband, and some contraband and some money so that he can do the line and do the thing that we need to do.
Be able to purchase stuff. Yeah.
Right. And which was very little, but still. But anyway, so the whole thing is, this guy who was a regular, they used to come to our house to buy fish. He came over, not knowing that my father they took my father, and he came over and he used a joke, because he was a communist, but my father treated everybody.
Yeah, hey, a sale's a sale.
Sale's a sale, right?
I gotta make money.
Right, exactly. And he didn't talk no politics or nothing. So he came in and says, "Hey, where's Juan?" So mommy told him, and he used a joke, "Oh, more coffee for me."
Ah.
This is a good one.
So my mother, I looked at him and okay, and it's been only 2 weeks and my mother was crying like a baby, and you're gonna use that joke? My mother says, "Oh, I'm making some coffee." So, "Oh no, mommy, no, I'll make coffee for him."
Oh no.
Sugar? No, I put salt.
And Cubans like their coffee with lots of sugar.
Yeah, the coffee is like coffee in Cuba is like espresso.
Okay.
Yeah, imagine
I mean, you can drink American coffee, actually black, because I have.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste that bad. But Cuban coffee, straight, without sugar? No.
Yeah.
Just too
That's
strong.
bitter.
That's
very
strong.
bitter and very strong. Okay? So anyways, I go in, and especially, no, it's not sugar, I put salt.
Did he do anything?
So no, I went in. My mother, I'm a like you say, I'm a facial person, and I do and if you know a person more, and my mother knew me because she knows the children.
She knew she was doing something wrong.
So I walk in with a coffee, little cup,
Yeah.
something like that, espresso coffee.
Yeah.
And I like treating it. And my mother looked at me, and I just go straight to the guy.
Yeah.
He takes a sip and swallows it, and I'm looking at him. Don't even talk. And he didn't say a word because he knew I was mad.
Oh.
He was young. He was in his 20s, and I was just 14.
Yeah.
So I looked at him and said, "Say something." You see what's going to happen. Because I was like,
Ready.
You're ready to jump on him.
Man.
I was angry. My mother, like I said, my mother said, "Blanca, relax. And you don't even know what papi is. You don't need, believe me.
That would be scary.
Yes, very scary. And then he got sick.
Yeah, that's why he got lucky.
He got lucky in a way. The sickness that he had, of course, he was only like 2.5, almost 3.
No, I was almost 4 then.
Oh, 3.5. 3.5.
Remember, we left when I was 4.5.
Right. Okay. Well, then 4.
I
then
was
you
4
were
already.
Okay. All right. You sure?
We left in 68. July 68.
You were going to be 4 that year.
I was going to be 5 that year. I was born in.
All right, whatever. We're talking about a long time ago, okay?
I was born in October '63, so we left in July
anyway,
68.
so when he got into the hospital, I remember Papi, because there are 5 children, so they had to let him go. And so he probably put my wife is alone there with 5 children, the 3 little ones, there's only 2 big ones, and the big one actually you can count only one, so because Juanin was only 12, 13.
Right. Yeah.
So a boy, 13 and 12? No offense. But you know, they're younger.
Yeah.
The kids are older, the boys are younger to you know, and the girls are mature, they're mature faster.
And girls are used to taking care of little kids.
Right.
No,
plus I took care of a lot of
kids.
plus I took care of a lot of kids with, you know, being in the house. So anyways, being okay, what was I saying? God, I forgot.
About me being in the hospital.
Yeah, he was in the hospital. My father finally came in, so he took him to the hospital to see what the doctor say. And when he comes home, my father comes home, he's closing his hand, and no one in Alejandro. And I'm going, Papi. Now, the house is real long. You come in and there's a big living room. That's how the Spanish houses are. They're long and tall ceilings. Okay.
Marble floors.
Marble floors, right? So
especially in hot.
Right. So he walks in, and I look at him right away and say, "Where's Alex? Where's Alex?" And he's not answering. He's going straight to Mommy. He's just like focusing because he knew that he had to tell Mommy a news that he was left in the hospital.
Right.
So, and I'm going, "Where's Alex? Where's Alex?" And he doesn't answer, and he's just going by there. So as soon as he goes to the kitchen where my mother was, and he tells my mother out loud, of course, yeah, Alejandro had to stay in the hospital. I go, boom, and I fainted.
Oh. Well, man, was about all you could take.
Because I was like, I thought he was dead, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm going, no, you know. So because he kept saying, "I'm going to die, I'm going to die." Almost 3 years old, he kept saying, "I'm going to die."
When he felt that sick.
Nobody in the house talk about, because one thing about our house, no matter how much misery we had about not having food, there was always laughter.
Yeah.
Always, my mom and dad, always joking, always laughing. Because laughter is what makes you survive too. Now, you know, laughter. You know, there was a lot of laughter, a lot of, even though things were not good, laughter. There was a lot of laughter, and he, you know, well, the whole thing is that I fainted. You know, I fainted. I couldn't take it no more.
Well, your dad had been away. He shows up with Alex's clothes.
Right, and he's sick, and he's saying, "I'm going to die." And like I say, nobody talked about death in our house. Or what? Why is he talking about a 3-year-old, almost 4 or almost 5?
That was the melodramatic one.
You know, no, because you did fail probably that. No, because when you guys start getting better, you used to tell Mommy, "Everything is going down my feet, Mommy. I feel everything going out of my feet." I guess it's, you know, how kids they think how they feel. Because Mommy said, "How you feel, so they can talk." Mm-hmm. Everything is going away from
what was it? 2 or 3 days after I got out of the hospital, we left Cuba.
Yeah,
right?
2 or 3 days.
Wow.
You left the hospital the 11th of July, and the inventory came on the 13th, my birthday.
And we landed here on the
my 15th birthday.
We landed here.
Then
on the
my
13th
father after the whole.
I thought we landed here the 14th.
No, we landed in Rochester.
No, in Miami.
Miami the 16th. And Rochester the 19th.
Okay, so they did inventory the 13th, so it took us 3 days to leave. Yeah. Where did we go for 3 days?
The neighbors.
You had to live with your neighbors?
Yeah, because they sealed the house the same day. You out.
Oh my.
If you don't have nobody, you're in the street with 5 children.
Really? And that you saw them do this to people?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
No, just ours. It was people. They did that. Everybody did that, and they put a big thing on the door. How do you call it? Like a piece of paper, almost like a crime scene thing.
Yeah.
But instead of yellow, it was like red. A big thing like that, red into the door. You can close. You can open the door. You can do anything with it.
And unseal it.
That's why I knew I had to throw all the.
And that's to keep everybody out, and then they would later go back and get everything out, and it became the government's property.
Yeah, they.
I guess.
Yeah, and it became. I heard that whoever took that house was a big commander or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was a nice house.
Yeah, it was a beautiful house.
And so then your parents and you guys show up over here with nothing.
Nothing.
And what did your dad do?
Did Bobby give a lot of money to the taxi driver when he came?
Yes,
back
yes.
From when they did the.
Because that's another thing. My father made more money, and it's true. He made more money doing the fishes than when he used to work for
the government.
Oh, funny.
Because he worked for the government before he got fired. Because once he I don't know how long was it before after you applied to leave that they fired him? A couple weeks.
Exactly.
Or something like that?
I don't know.
I can't remember. It wasn't that long.
That's his story.
Once they figured out that he was leaving the country, because after he worked for an American company, and of course when the American company left Cuba, he got jobs with the government, you know, to make money. And but you know, working one time he worked with
and they're always pushing him to be part of the
Communist Party.
But
he
and
never
he
joined.
never joined. He said
joined.
he never joined any party, even before Castro, that he wasn't going to join any party now either.
So
that's how he was excused himself.
That was his excuse.
That's an excuse.
Which is a good excuse. He didn't get in politics.
When he filed to leave, I don't know, it was a couple weeks. Bobby knows better, but they
I
fired him from his
know
job.
that when they found out that he was leaving, they fired him. They let him go. And that's when he came home with nothing, and then Mommy...
Didn't he come to the U.S. in 62?
No.
63? What year did he come to the U.S.?
Right before Castro took over real hard, and it was back in 61, where there's still American, some American... I don't remember.
No, he was working for the Cuban government for the agriculture.
Right.
Because he came over here to buy some, I think, some vegetables and fruits.
Right.
To negotiate to buying some vegetables and fruits. Right. Because he went to Miami to do that negotiation.
He can tell you that story much better.
Yeah, but he said he actually had friends and family drive him from Miami to Tampa to go visit his cousins. Because he had cousins in Tampa.
He probably told you that story.
Yeah, he told me that story, and he said he visited cousins in Tampa, but he did go back
to the US. I heard about
because
something like that.
He said his cousins are trying to say, stay here. You can bring your family later. He says, I'm not leaving, all or nothing.
Yeah, I would be that way too. Yes. I don't think I would want to.
But I joke around because I always say, well, if you wouldn't have come back, Anisha and I wouldn't have been born.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because there was only
Anisha was born in December '61.
They were born in the communist. They were communist babies.
Yeah. I would have been a nice.
And my sister Barbara was just born.
Yeah.
Only a few months, because she was born in 1958, so a few months. She was old. She was about a few months old when he took over. Because me and her are 5 years apart.
So it sounds like the culture really went down when you guys.
Oh, everything. Let's put it this way.
Well, they wouldn't let you celebrate Christmas, right?
No, Cuba, Christmas Eve, yeah. Cuba became another Haiti, another Jamaica.
Third world country, yeah.
Another, one of those, places.
Yeah, because what he did is
you see poverty, you see everything is poor.
Yeah, because there was poverty before Batista, but there was middle class, and then what happened is everything.
Middle class and rich.
Yeah.
There was
and the
a lot
rich
of
were
rich
only the
in
people
Cuba.
in the Communist Party.
But then on the
I'm saying before Castro, but I'm saying after Castro, the only rich were the Communist Party
No.
people.
There was like here, the three classes.
Right.
And that's why I keep saying to people, get rid of the middle class and you get rid of a country.
Yeah, I agree with
because you. Because the rich will walk away because they're the only one that have the money to flee real quick. And the poor,
they're stuck. And
and then the middle class become poor.
Well, and middle class is the one they're balancing the whole medical care
exactly.
on. So it's kind of like
exactly because you work for the rich and you support the poor.
Exactly.
So that's the middle class. They work for the rich to make it richer, but then you pay for the poor. The middle class is the one that maintains the balance. The middle class is the one that maintains the balance.
And the more they keep paying the middle class, they're making them more of the poor class and going back to two classes.
Exactly. Actually, two classes, no. It would not be two classes because they're rich. If they don't like what is happening, what do they do? Oh, I got money.
No, but she's right because who were the rich people left after Castro took over after many years? Fidel Castro, Raul, the big communist leaders.
We call it the big
honchos.
The big honchos.
Big honchos.
Right? Yeah, the ones that have the big, the
stars and the stars,
the big, the big guys.
Those are the only rich people.
And then of course the one that kiss their.
Did they try to change the language at all?
No.
Okay.
No,
they got rid of religion, right?
Oh yeah.
And another thing, celebrate Christmas Eve, Noche Buena.
Noche Buena was a big deal for Cuba, and it's a big deal for all of us. It's like a gathering, and all
Christmas
that.
Eve night.
Christmas Eve night, celebrating all that. So you can still celebrate it because we still celebrate as far as being together. We had the toys. That
but you couldn't do it publicly, right?
But not public, and then
kind of like how they won't let you do nativity scenes. And
let's put it this way: there was no Catholic schools anymore. There was churches, but no Catholic schools. Only public
government schools.
Government school.
No
all the
schools.
nuns, all the public, all the any kind of religion was done.
Even the private clinics, remember?
Yeah.
The
Private clinics are done.
There was always
Everything was
socialized
done.
medicine in Cuba, even before Castro, but there was private clinics. So there, the middle class and the wealthy
Like it is
actually
in-
belong to private clinics.
Like
too.
it is in Costa Rica.
Okay. it's
They
like
have the
okay.
public and they have the
But
private.
you join these private clinics, and they had all kinds of different doctors. You know, so actually, other than Anissa and I were born in that private clinic, right?
Right.
Because by that time, Castro took over and he closed all those private clinics. He says, no, you have to go to
Yeah,
private
because he
healthcare."
slowly, at the beginning was socialist. At the beginning everything was socialist. Until we had a joke every time he used to talk. We all have to sacrifice for our country and our revolution so that we can all live better.
That's said all the time here now.
Yeah. Hello, what do you think I don't like when I hear him talking? I'm pointing to the TV because when I hear him talking from the tube, I don't care for it because that's the way he talks,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, like this so that we can all feel better, you know?
I'm assuming that when Castro came and the communism came, it affected the arts and maybe the performing arts and the musicians and the fine art.
Yeah, everything was controlled. Everything was controlled by him, everything. And still controlled, even though he's dying.
Yeah.
Well, his brother's taking over.
His brother's
Brother
taking
took
over.
His brother is just as bad as him.
Oh.
Yeah, well.
Do you ever see that changing, like them overthrowing?
Oh, another thing too that I forgot to mention. If you read the story of the history of Cuba when they took over, you have to remember Che, right? You
Yeah.
heard of
Yeah,
Che?
yeah, Che.
Che Guevara and
You know,
Camilo. And Camilo, they
I
all
know him
fought
from
with
Evita,
him.
the musical Evita. That's how I know.
Right. Well, Che Guevara and
Yeah.
Camilo.
Okay.
Okay, Camilo. There were two of the buddies
Okay.
of him.
Fidel, yeah.
Of Fidel. There were the three of them were like the three musketeers
No, more like the Three Stooges.
or the three stooges.
That's good.
Right, the three. They were fighting and whatever. The three of them. It's, he was more popular.
Oh.
Yeah, Fidel was a narcissist.
Yeah, he needs to have.
He needs to be the man.
He needs to be the man.
So
That's
where-
why
And
disappeared.
then Che.
Yeah, what happened to Che?
Che, hey, let's go to Cambodia. You had to fight for.
You need to fight to bring communism to Cambodia.
in
Bolivia.
Oh, Bolivia, not Cambodia. Bolivia.
Bolivia.
Oh, darn, he didn't survive
Oh,
the guerrilla warfare. Oh, let's make him a hero. And I'm still the man.
Oh my! I never really put those three things
Yeah,
together.
He did that with
we know how he was, what kind of a person he is.
He did that with
We
two
learned-
generals that became very popular. Many
Very
years,
popular
about
and
10,
very
20 years
loved
ago.
by the Cuban
Oh,
young generation.
two generals.
So that's how he stays in power, is getting rid of anybody who comes close to being popular.
Right, very popular with the youth.
Right.
And suddenly they were being tried for drug trafficking and they were executed.
Oh my.
And and another thing they did at the beginning of
So here they were loyal to Castro, and
Yep.
then they become favored and they get killed.
another thing too that they did at the beginning of the revolution, it was called paredón. Paredón means right against the wall and shoot 'em. That's what
Really?
paredón means.
Get against the wall and shoot him.
And shoot 'em. If you were anti-Castro,
Yeah.
put them against the wall and shoot them.
That's what Raul liked to do.
And the
right?
country and the no,
thought
it
that
was
was a Raul
Castro.
thing
It was
that did-
Castro.
But it was Fidel. I thought Raul was the one who liked doing that.
No, Castro, and he was doing that left and right at the beginning, to the point there was blood running for everything, for anything you do, blood was running. Until Raul told him, "You gotta slow down."
Okay, I thought it was the other way around.
Okay. No, I think it's.
Wow.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was Raul who liked doing that, and it was Fidel who told him to slow down.
Well, when my father, when they found out and they decided to come to the United States.
And what made them decide? They just said, "I've had enough of this."
Well, Castro opened the doors.
Oh, and everybody was like, "Get out."
What do you think he did that? Think.
Why did he open the doors?
What do you think to get rid of all the
people who were against
that
him.
think the old way?
Yeah,
He said it. The revolution is going to be for the third generation, and he meant it.
that does make sense.
He meant it.
You want to get rid of
He get rid of all
The
the people,
resistance.
the people that are smart and they're younger and they can do something. Like him, we were young into the community, so that's the people. But we knew there before, and that's why he did it. He said, "Okay, open the doors." And then he
He didn't make it easy.
No, he didn't make it easy, but that was in the 60s. in the 60s. You remember in the 80s when Mariel boats, remember
yes,
that?
yeah.
You were young too, but you remember, right?
I remember that, yeah.
That was opening up the prisons.
He opened the prisons. He got rid of all the things that cost him money.
Oh, yeah. So it was all easier for him to run and do.
Right. He got rid of the crazy people. He got prisons and the people that were lunatic in the
They were on the boats and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember that.
He got rid of all that. So that's why a lot of people usually tend to generalize people. You know, how do you say, not generalize, to stereotype individuals. So the Cubans were bad at that time because the one that came here. That's when the movie Scarface came out.
Oh yeah.
The people that came out here were criminals, most of them. So out of the group of people that came here in the 80s, maybe a few, but in the 60s and the 50s, the people that came here were doctors, lawyers, teachers, professionals, you know, and the young. They came with them, the young.
Well, tell her about the Peter Pan flights.
Yeah, the Peter Pan flights. That's when it's called Peter Pan flights.
In English, it would say Peter Pan flights.
Peter Pan flights was a lot of parents decided to send the children first.
Without them.
Without them.
When Castro first took over, they would send it to uncles or other cousins.
Or churches.
Or whatever. Yes. And they would send them over to the U.S.
And
yeah, scary that would be as a kid.
That's why my mother, bless her heart, she's in heaven, she said, oh, we all go, or we all stay.
Well, Papi said that too.
That would be rough.
Because didn't Tio Rodolfo offer to...
No, that was when Tio Rodolfo, that's when Tio Rodolfo escaped. My father's uncle, he escaped. Right. He built his own boat.
Oh, now I know that story, the fishing boat
story. He built his own boat, him and another guy, every year for a whole year. Every day for a whole year. Should I say every day for a whole year. I'm going fishing.
Yeah, befriended the Coast Guard.
No. The Comité de Defensa.
Yeah, which is like the Coast Guard.
No, it's the Comité de Defensa is in every block. There's in every corner.
No,
of
you're talking.
the Committee of Defense.
Yes, I know that.
And of course, the Coast Guard. Yeah, they see.
No, I know that part too. They have what they call them. You know, they were like neighborhood watches to make sure there's no crime going on.
And they
were just making sure there were no contraband, and no anti-communist.
Anti-communist, right?
Because that's why they had to sneak things out of the house.
There's in every corner.
Because did Papi sneak? I thought Mommy and Papi snuck out the personal pictures out of the house
and the radio that I was telling you. I was going to tell you the radio.
They knew when they were leaving the country, everything would be confiscated, including personal pictures.
Wow, what'd they do? Just clean out the house and give it away?
No, but they had to sneak it out because if the like she's saying, they saw you do that. Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
So
that stays in your home.
You took your money and you bought airline tickets, and that's all you could really buy.
No.
Buy what?
Yeah.
You had to make a line for everything.
They had a line for everything.
For everything. Toys. Christmas time, you had to make a line.
Make a line?
A line.
You had to get by it.
And they brought certain toys into the store. And you make a line.
Make a line? What do you mean?
You wait in line.
Wait in line.
Wait in line to get one.
And then you have a book.
Yeah.
With your name from the head of the family all the way to the youngest. And what you're supposed to take. When you're supposed, you cannot have this time, you can have this time. By the way, you turn 2 years
even
old.
For food.
By the way, you turn 2 years old. I'm sorry, you don't get no milk anymore.
Really?
Yes.
What about like wine, beer, or anything like that?
Wine?
It's saying
everything disappeared.
You got lucky if you got a chicken a month.
Yes.
Everything for your whole family. That's where my mom learned how to make arroz con pollo, her style.
Nice.
Chicken and rice is, you cook the chicken and you kind of not fry the pan, but you kind of brown the chicken in the pan, and you cook it with the rice and other spices. She decided to start boiling the chicken in water because she would make like soup.
Make like soup and then put the rice in there so they can bring a lot of soup for the kids to eat.
No, but she would have soup and then the chicken and rice separate, so that way I got two things that hopefully fill people up.
It's about things.
Right.
And then
but he's definitely trying to indoctrinate you.
But he was trying to indoctrinate the teenager, but I was, no. I saw what he was before and I saw what it's now. So now you can keep it and do nice things with it. I'm out.
And they get little businesses maybe and work because they see things. There are things that are here. People don't see it.
Right.
But there are things that are here.
What I hate is when people come here to this country and then abuse the system.
Yeah.
That's what I hate.
Or expect to be taken care of.
And expect to be taken care of.
I see that at school all the time. We have that problem at school with the free and reduced lunch, and with people want to do this and people want to do that. And it also kind of kills I'm a very giving person, but it makes me not, when I ask a Publix, do you want to give money for school supplies for other kids? I kind of want to go, no, because I really want to know who you're going to give this to.
Right.
What was the thing a while back, the political thing? They were asking money for Planned Parenthood.
Oh, okay.
And we found out that some of Planned Parenthood was, so much of their money was going toward abortion. And it was the whole deal with the Pink, Susan Komen Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, well, religion was very,
Catholicism.
Catholicism was a big religion there.
And that's kind of like the Spanish thing.
The Spanish, yes. Most of the Spanish, from Spain all the way down to...
This is kind of interesting. Did they take to control the fine arts and the performing arts? And
Everything.
Yeah,
Everything. Everything.
So artists left, or did artists have to paint a certain thing? And
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, everything was controlled.
You watch the movie with Sandoval. What's the name of that movie?
Which one?
I have it. With Sandoval, the trumpet guy. What's
the
the name
trumpet
of
guy
the movie?
who escaped.
Country,
I love him. It's called For Love of Cuba or something like that.
For the love of country.
We have a CD with that music on it.
Watch that. He couldn't even play jazz because that's American.
American.
Don't you remember the movie?
Oh.
Hello?
No,
she didn't see the movie.
Musician.
You have to see the movie.
No, you have to see the movie.
Because they
For the
stopped him
love
from
of
playing
country.
jazz because...
You cannot play
American.
jazz because it's
see that.
American.
Yeah.
It's American. You have to play certain type of music only.
Yeah.
They control everything.
That's culture right there.
Yes, they control everything. Everything. When you become, that you have your period. Not even Kotex you can find.
You have to use like government issue tampons?
No, you couldn't even find anything.
No, tell them.
Freaking rags.
Tell Poppy.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding.
Did Poppy remember Poppy about how what was it? How communists clean their back end? Here's how communists. Here's how after Castro took over, how you clean your back end.
Because
after you
toilet
use the
paper was
bathroom.
controlled too, by the way.
Toilet paper was
Yeah,
controlled?
toilet paper. Because you're only given so much toilet paper.
If you have newspaper,
he says you have to. This is how you can save on toilet paper. You cut a piece off. Don't throw that away. It's very important. You wipe your hands, and here's this piece. You clean your nails.
That's Poppy's joke. Because then Poppy used to say, it's all control. It's all control. You understand?
You said that he gets really mad about
he
this
does.
stuff.
Oh, he gets he could get very mad.
And
We get emotional, but he gets.
Yeah, he gets
starts screaming and yelling and getting all pissed off. And
Wait, is it because that was his country and he was raised there and he had to say goodbye?
his country, he had
Well,
good. I mean, think about. I mean, I know you're middle class. You're not rich, but you're doing well. Think about everything being taken away from you.
Oh, I know.
Everything. Your home, your cars.
You have nothing.
I mean, he had everything. Your money, everything taken away from you. And even before you left, all you had was the house and the furniture in your house.
You want about a culture? Money. We had dollars. You had to give. I don't care if you had $50, $70, $700, $300,000, whatever you had to turn it to the government.
Government to turn it into
and
pesos.
And it comes into pesos.
You weren't allowed to carry U.S. dollars. It was against the law.
Really?
Yeah.
But I have all kinds of currency from other countries.
Well, you'd be arrested.
Wow.
You're not allowed to have U.S.
And I'm
dollars.
sure the return had a huge tax
Of
on it.
course. Because he knew the peso
he made
was
money
he knew
with the people there.
worthless.
He made money, especially with the rich ones. The poor ones had only whatever, and you bring whatever. But with the rich one,
But didn't he give all his Cuban? He didn't give like a ton of Cuban pesos. To
a lot of people
hide.
hide. A lot of people hid the money because they had ways to hide the money. And by the way, there was a person that used to live by our house that we, as we were kids, and we used to play in the park. Across that park, there was a person that. It was a boy and a mother. They used to go and play, and the little boy was never very sociable with the children. He was always alone with the mommy. They didn't let us play with him and everything. And we found out later that the father of that child was one of the guys that tried to kill Castro.
Oh.
And they were trying to reach him because he escaped. They couldn't find him. He was still living in their house in a secret compartment. For years. Nobody knew until every time they used to surprise them. the militias just come in there and surprised to see if they can catch him. But one day they caught him. When the man walked out of their house, we all saw him. We were in the park. He was white like this.
Because he didn't know what they were going to do to him.
No, because there was no sunshine. No sun.
Because he
couldn't go out. He couldn't go out. No sunshine. He was white like that.
Like Anne Frank. Like the Anne Frank story.
Yes.
Hiding in the attic.
Right. Right. Like that. Yeah.
Well, this is, you know, I knew a lot of stories that you had told me, but this is really
I thought you should have more.
It's scary. It really is scary.
It is.
To think
It
that somebody
is
can do
very,
that.
very scary. That movie, you can see that movie called The Love of Country. Another movie you can see, which is not related to Cuba, but it's related to, which I just see a long time ago, The Wave.
Yeah. Oh, you know, The Wave. You read that book. Yeah.
Well, the movie, I just saw the movie. That is a movie that right there, it tells you how dominant, how can they take over our country, how to take a group of people and brainwash them, and especially children.
Yeah.
Especially children and young generation.
That's kind of in the last campaign, Obama, one of his biggest rises were the college students. Because think about in college, you know.
And look at the kids too, let's sing for Obama. Like let's sing for Castro.
That scared me.
You believe me. You don't know how much that scared me. I said, what the heck? Am I living back in Cuba? What is this?
Let's just hope everybody in
The only
Florida,
thing-
all the Cubans believe
The
that.
only thing we had to do, the only thing left we had to do is clip our heels and go, hey, hi Obama. For real. You know? You know, for real. I'm sorry, but you know, no. That's why I don't like that man. That man is not good, and I hope
No, he's not.
no good. The man has destroyed already the principles of this country. Like Howard says, oh, the Constitution of the United States is one of the reasons that we can protect the country. He wiped his butt with the Constitution of it.
Oh, he has already a couple times.
All right.
Yeah.
He don't care about
Well,
the
he changes
Constitution.
it to whatever he changes it to whatever he wants it to be.
Yes, exactly. And you know, and it's a white man thing.
What bothers me is all these people who I know I could get excited if I was an African American voting for the first black president.
Right.
I'm sure that was exciting.
Exactly.
But I don't vote color. I don't vote for an idiot white guy either. That's the thing I don't get.
Castro is Cuban.
Yeah.
Do I like him? No. It doesn't matter the color of the skin of the person, is the individual. He is not good. What's his name? Hitler was white. Was he good?
Very good point. Yeah. Was he German?
Yeah, he was German.
He was German.
Yeah, and I heard that his mother. There's a saying that his mother was Jewish.
Yeah.
And he was against the Jewish. So you know that's what I'm saying. Evil exists no matter what color you are.
Yeah.
Now, what's his name? The black guy that was Herman Cain.
I liked him.
I liked him too. I liked him too. But guess what? He's black.
Yeah.
So that means I'm not prejudiced, isn't it? So he said, like Alejandro said a little while ago, he says, well, don't you know that Obama is also half white?
Half white?
Yeah.
Hello. Have you ever guys think it's maybe not a black
I just like the
part?
half white just as much as the half black.
Yeah.
Not because of the color, but because of the policies.
The policy, I don't care. I don't care what the man, he can be yellow with blue polka dot, he's still not good.
Yeah.
All right?
You like that one, right?
That was good.
You're right. He can be yellow with blue polka dot, and he's still not good. He's still not good. Period.
Well, do you feel like here you get to experience your culture at all, or did you feel like you lost a lot of your Spanish culture coming over here?
I lost some because the people in Cuba are more laid back, and I don't know if it's just the Cuban people being laid back. I think it's also the islands. Islands do that to you. Islands, the water surrounding. If you notice when you go to any island or when you go even to the Keys.
Yeah, go down to South Florida.
South Florida, and people are more hey, peace out, man, play out, whatever. The sun is here. I don't care.
Go to Myrtle Beach or go to the Cape.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the reasons we are more, you know, and over here is. That's why I like more the South than New York City is too fast for me. I like more relaxing. I like more the country.
We didn't grow up in Miami too. I mean, once we left Cuba, we grew up in Rochester, New York, where very small Cuban population. The largest Hispanic population there was probably Puerto Rican.
Right.
You know, and some of them were born there with maybe Puerto Rican parents
or
whatever.
grandparents.
Or grandparents. Which is different. But
which the Puerto Ricans that you meet in Florida, most of them come from Puerto Rico, and they do learn. They know how to speak both English and Spanish.
Right. But we kept some tradition. We always do Noche Buena.
Noche Buena, yeah, we kept some tradition. Noche Buena,
We'd always do
Christmas Eve.
We do always a fresh ham, you know, for Noche Buena.
Right, which is
But one of the traditions that went away is we started doing presents on Christmas Day versus
we don't do it
on the Day of the Kings. What day is that? January
6th. January 6th.
What is that called? Illuminati or something like that?
It's called Little Christmas. They call it Little Christmas. But Los Tres Reyes, the three wise men, they came to bring gifts to little Jesus. That's what it is.
So our parents started letting us have
and
gifts
we all had one of them that was our favorite.
Right.
There were three kings, so the kids used to say, "Oh, my king is this one. I like this king better." And, you know, and then he's the one that's going to bring me more gifts than yours. And that's how kids used to talk, you know. Back in those days.
Yeah, us we didn't celebrate. There wasn't a Santa Claus. It was the three kings that bring gifts.
We knew about Santa Claus, but we didn't
really celebrate like here in the U.S.
Right. We celebrate the three wise men.
Rudy,
but Rodolfo in Spanish. They call him here Rudy.
Oh, Rudy. Okay.
Rudy, right. For Rodolfo.
So tell me how he left Cuba. I know you guys left legally and went through all the ropes, but he did it a different way.
1962.
Yeah, and Lisa was born, but Mommy was pregnant with me, right?
With you. He started...
Was it 62 or was it 63? I thought I was already born, but I was still just a couple months old.
Something like that. I know it was 1962.
Because that's why because he offered Poppy to take the whole family, and he said no.
Well, we found out about that here, though. Well, I never knew that.
No, Poppy told us that after here, he asked my dad, "Hey, that's you and the whole." Bo was big enough. He says, "I want to take you and the whole family." And my dad said no because I think I was only like 1 or 2 months old. He says, "I don't want to take the risk."
Yeah.
Especially with a newborn.
Right.
You know, 2 months old.
Right. So yeah, so you were born, but so my uncle a whole year before that, when he was ready to leave, he built the boat between him and his friend.
I didn't know you made the boat.
He refurbished an old boat, right?
An old boat, but with a new motor.
Refurbished the motor and everything. And I remember he said he used to buy a little bit of extra gas because they monitor how much gas you bought. A little extra gas, and he put it away. And store it. He did that for almost a year so he can have enough gas to get to the
keys, right.
So he said the first I don't know how many months when he would go out, he said the Cuban Coast Guard would follow him. But he befriended them. Oh, here's some fish.
Yeah.
And when he walked by the Comité de Defensa, which is the part that I know, that's very good that I know, is that when he walked by the Comité de Defensa, which is they all sat down on the outside, the neighborhood watch. Hey, Rudy, where you going tonight? Every single night they ask the same question. Where you going? I'm going to go fish. I'm going to go fishing. Came home the next morning. Every night until one night he said, I'm leaving this country. I'm so tired. And he left that day.
That story. I remember that.
He left that day. He said, Rudy, you're always playing around.
He actually landed.
Because he likes to joke. He's a jokester too. He said, you're just a joking.
And nobody ever stopped him, like the Coast Guard or anything?
No, the Coast Guard.
What happened was this. This is his story. He says that in the middle of the ocean, the boat decided to stop. The motor.
Oh no.
So the guy that between them two tried to rebuild it, to do something, but poor tools, not too many tools. So tried to do everything nothing, and they stopped in the middle of the ocean. They pray, oh my God, what are we gonna do? They see a big ship. They're the Russians, we're doomed. That's it. We're doomed. They will go back to Cuba and to jail.
Yeah.
Okay. And there were 17 people. 16 were men, 1 was a girl. And it was this boat, and the girl was a young girl, was a daughter of one of the guys.
Okay.
Because he didn't want girls, but he let them in. He said, okay. So they all start saying, oh my God, there's the Russians. They said, we're doomed. We're dead. That's it. We're dead. We're dead. They were the English.
Aww. What did they do?
They fixed the boat and said, keep going that way, you hit the keys.
He actually landed in Islamorada.
They fixed it, Islamorada.
He got all the way down, he got off course. He was trying to get to Key West, but he got to Islamorada.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get off and then what happens?
Well, the CIA or FBI?
No, immigration. I think
immigration.
He saw some people ask for help. They called the police.
Right.
And then they got immigration to come get him.
Right.
And he had 17 people. They interviewed him, And then
they all
he says, I got family in Tampa, and they let him go after the interviews, and you know.
Back
he said,
in
I think it was like a
62
day or so.
or 62?
No, 63. Like I said,
62,
I think.
63.
But now that
I
wouldn't
think I
happen,
was-
would it?
62 is when he started.
No, now they have a rule. They call it. What's the rule? The Cubans got a joke for it because it's. They got a joke for it. You got to actually be on dry land.
Oh yeah. That's that little story about the little boy. In it.
Yes.
Right, exactly. If you're caught in the middle of the ocean, even if it's in U.S. waters, if you're not on land, they'll deport you. If you land on U.S. soil, you can stay.
That's not very dumb.
But you know,
That was is that a Clinton thing, I think?
Yeah, but you know what happened with Elian Gonzalez, right?
What?
Remember Elian?
I remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah, the little kid.
Okay.
Where
But
he
if
him and his
the
mom.
media wouldn't have gotten involved, that kid would have been in Miami already. But
Yeah.
still,
The
the media got involved and Castro took advantage.
Took advantage of that.
That was so sad too, because the mom died getting him here.
Yeah.
The media got involved and Castro said, now let's bring this situation here.
Yeah, I got
Made a big political
And that
thing.
kid doesn't even probably see their father because the father has a different life with another woman and another kid.
That's so sad.
And now he's probably a communist.
That was terrible. I remember when they broke in and they got him out of the house and the
Yeah.
pictures with the guns and the kid was
Yeah, it was
screaming.
ridiculous. Like it was like a, what is this, a drug bust?
Yes.
Yeah, or a criminal. What is
Yeah.
this?
That was
It's a
dumb.
kid.
That was dumb.
It's a kid. But there was that woman, there was whatever her
What's
name
her
was.
The guy-looking woman.
Yeah, she
For
looked
the
like,
Attorney General.
yeah. What was
Oh,
Janet Reno.
Janet Reno, thank you.
Reno,
Yeah.
yeah.
The butchy-looking one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the one that Crocodile Dundee would probably hit the test. Oh, she's a man. You remember the movie Crocodile Dundee?
No. Oh, Crocodile Dundee. Oh, I do remember
Remember
that.
that part? You remember that part that the one of the guys, the mother? No, it was the mother of one of the guys in there, but she looked like a man.
Right.
And he thought that's
He's
a
hitting
woman.
on her. Yeah.
And he didn't answer. That's not that.
That's not a woman, it's a man.
It's a man. Oh, they're gay.
You never saw Crocodile Dundee, did you?
No.
Let's go feed your dad. 'Cause he's going to be going, oh, I can't believe she's gone.
All right. Well, nice meeting
This
you.
was so much fun,
Wait,
Wonka. I
please.
really appreciate it.
You can keep my phone. I mean, thank you for the flowers.
Don't forget your...